Hello, everyone. Today I'm joined by Mr. Alexiou Gibson, the founder of the Transformation Factory. How are you doing today, Alexiou?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. Thanks for stopping by. Now, let's start with asking, what is the Transformation Factory?
A Transformation Factory is an organization where we help people become the best versions of themselves. And one of the main products that we use to do that is CMOS, since it has all the essential minerals that the human body needs to function, heal itself, thrive, and do all those good things. So we really strive on connecting with the community, reaching out to people, and helping them on their journeys of becoming, like a 2.0 version of themselves.
Mhm. That's awesome. And can you share a little bit about your background and what inspired you to start the business?
This business started with transformation. I went through a massive weight loss, and this was a product that I always grew up on as an island boy, just for everything from immunity to strength building to everything. It covers it all. So I really started organically with me going through my transformation, and in the peak of the pandemic, I also introduced CMOS and CMOS gel to my family to build their immune system during the lockdown, because my philosophy was if anyone in my house got COVID, at least we would survive it because our immune system was built. So that's honestly how it started. People started reaching out to me to get the product so they can do the same thing for themselves and their family.
Yeah,
That's kind of the domino effect, the avalanche of how it started.
interesting. And for those who aren't familiar, what is CMOS and what are the benefits that it has?
Sea moss is a supermarine algae that grows naturally in our oceans. It has 92 of the essential minerals that the human body needs. And people have been taking it for centuries. In fact, in the 1800s, Ireland went through a potato famine, and the only thing that kept them thriving was sea moss because it was so nutrient dense, even though they couldn't get food or any other nutrients because of the famine that they were going through. So sea moss predates us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's an amazing plant.
That's interesting. And describe the Alexiou 2.0 journey, because you said that you want people to have that 2.0 version of themselves. What is that? What was that journey like for you?
Well, the 2.0 journey and what it really means, everybody, there's a better version of us within ourselves. We were disciplined every day, we were committed, and we were consistent. There's a version of us that we haven't met yet. And I became obsessed with meeting that guy myself. I wanted to be very successful. I wanted to be healthy mentally, physically, and all of these things. And 2.0 just represents, it's almost like a firmware update on a phone. You get a new iOS update or a new Android update. If you use Androids, I don't know why you would, but these updates, it's normally like iOS 13.5 and Jolly Rancher 6.9 if you're using Androids. And 2.0 is just like the human body version of that upgrade. Upgrade your spirit, your mental health, your physical health, your finances. Become the best version of yourself before you leave this planet.
Interesting. So one, I guess, struggle or challenge that a lot of Black business owners have is finding the capital to actually start their business. How did you fund your business initially? And could you, I guess, talk about that process a little bit?
I guess it depends on what business you're trying to get into. I started my business with a $60 investment. So, I think people psych themselves out by regurgitating that fact, and it's not always the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can lean on your relationship capital, which is worth way more money than physical money in the bank. Your relationships, how are you with people, your connections, what's your marketing like? You can spend hours and weeks on YouTube getting free education. There's PhD level information for free on YouTube. You really don't need a lot of money to start, but again, it depends on your niche and what you're getting into.
Right.
If you're going into Airbnb, obviously you have to buy a house, so that's a little different, but if you're starting at something that's e-commerce, you can start very modest like we did. We started off with maybe 20 to 40 orders a week. and then kept pouring those profits back into buying more material and expanding our marketing. And then you start somewhere. So I started this business with $60. So, I would say it doesn't take needing backing, funding, loans, or anything. I'm 100% owned. Have never taken a loan for this business. 100% cash ran, and it started with $60.
That's great. Now, from $60, your company now does at least 3 million, or did 3 million in sales in its first 12 months. Could you
Yeah.
share the details of how you achieved that level of growth so quickly?
It definitely started with just our product itself. One thing that we will commonly see from a lot of people is, man, we know that sea moss is amazing. However, it doesn't taste good. So my formula is very delicious, so delicious that children eat it straight out of the jar, and parents have to stop them from overeating it because they think it's like ice cream or yogurt. So it started with people just leaving beautiful reviews, feeling the benefits because we use very high grade sea moss. Our product is delicious, it's smooth, it's easy to digest, easy to mix into things.
Mhm.
And people started sharing it, bragging about it, leaving 5-star perfect reviews, and coming back week after week after week because they were running out of it because they were eating it so often. So the business just kind of exploded from a natural, organic, just word of mouth, and doing all the right things. The first customer isn't as important as the return customer. You want to give your customers a reason to come back to you. And that's because of the product, the service they got, the hospitality, the customer service. There's just so many things to check and so many things that are very important. And I just really focused on that and making sure I provided a great product and even better service.
That makes sense.
Yes.
And you were featured on Shark Tank. And could you
Yes.
describe that experience and how it has affected your business since then?
Well, Shark Tank was an amazing experience. It's very competitive, as you can imagine. Everyone wants to be on that show. And, the process was very lengthy, a lot of work, a lot of research. You have to know your numbers. What you see on the show is only 10 minutes of an hour long, going back and forth with all these sharks. They make sure that you know your stuff, you know your numbers. And if you're in a niche like mine, that's in the health industry, you also have to prove your claims, which is expensive. You have to hire scientists and come there with facts, not opinions.
Right.
So that process was very humbling. It grew me a lot as a CEO. It really stretched me, and it forced me to kind of dig deeper into a lot of things so that when I presented myself in the front of those sharks, that I had all my ducks in a row. And I gave them no reason to embarrass me on this nationally syndicated television show.
Right.
So it was an amazing process. Casting, producers, everyone was super, super kind, super friendly, very polished. And it's just amazing to actually be here. And post Shark Tank, our business grew 10x overnight.
Wow.
Which is also, a lot of people will say that's a great problem to have, but it's only a great problem if you can handle all the orders and you can actually get to them. Because if you can't, it can ruin your business and
Mhm.
your reputation. So Shark Tank definitely changed our business overnight, and we haven't slept since. Yeah.
So let's talk about dealing with that growth then. Like you said, a lot of businesses can actually go out of business from having that type of growth. How are you dealing with it?
Well, I have an amazing team. I had a team in place before Shark Tank of about 45 people from marketing, customer service, manufacturing, shipping, everything. And we literally just ramped up, a lot of overtime right now and a lot of new hires as well. So you handle it by doing what you need to do to handle that volume.
Right.
If you can ship out 1,000 orders a day, but you're getting 5,000 orders a day, you need to find a way to ship out 5,000 orders a day. And what does that mean? That means more staff, more material, bigger warehousing.
Right.
Everything has to grow. So for the last 4 weeks since we've aired, we've literally, my director has been interviewing people today, adding people to the team, training. We just closed on a warehouse that's 4 times the size of our current one, just to handle the growth. And now we have Amazon actually flying from corporate to our place just to get us on their platform, because everyone's looking for our CMOS on Amazon and we're not there yet. And my whole thing is Amazon can probably bring a lot more sales than even a Shark Tank exposure. So, Shark Tank was a good practice run for what it would look like once we expand to bigger platforms like Amazon and get into retail spaces like Target and Walmart.
Right.
What that would actually look like at a mass scale of manufacturing and shipping. And it's been very challenging, but my team and I have been doing a great job at figuring it out and rising to the occasion, but it's been very challenging.
Oh, that's great. Well done on handling all of that success so far. Could you share your thoughts on Black-owned businesses being more involved in the manufacturing and production side of the supply chain?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
So when it comes to the supply chain, most Black businesses are involved on, let's say, the retail side. Could you speak on the importance of us like manufacturing and wholesaling the products that we're selling?
Okay, is that like a statistical thing that Black people don't manufacture their products?
No, not that they don't, but there's more representation on the retail side than on the manufacturing side.
Okay, I think that's true for everyone. It's less work. Less work is less reward too. By retailing and buying from someone and just reselling it, you have a middleman, less profits. So if you're in a niche of anything, even if you start that way, which is good because you can build capital, the goal is to own the whole process, because you get to cut out a lot of middlemen and reap the benefits of all your profits. So for us, we've never used a middleman for anything. No one, in fact, we have companies reach out to us to make their CMOS gels and put their label on our work. And we've done that for a short period in the beginning, and we built some companies into multi-million-dollar businesses because of our product and doing that. We don't do that anymore, but the goal should always be, how can I own this process?
Sure.
If someone's making my t-shirts for me, how can I hire a graphic designer and buy my own machine to print my own t-shirts, or put the graphics on the t-shirts myself? You cut out the guy that's charging you $5 per t-shirt to do that, and if you sell 1,000 t-shirts, that's $5,000 more profit than you would have had if you use somebody else. So I think but I think that's true for most people, is that people start drop shipping. Some people start reselling or buying wholesale and then selling at a higher retail. And that, those are honest ways to get started. But once you have traction and good marketing and good customer base, you want to own the process for so many reasons, because your vendor could sell out. Your vendor could go out of business. Your vendor could be restricted by COVID ship times. And now your delivery times are so bad that your ads are getting pulled from Facebook because of the complaints. So if it's in your house and you have the work ethic, you can control that. You can say, hey, I have so many orders, I'm going to stay up until 2 a.m. and get it done. But a vendor has a cutoff window or a certain amount of supplies, and you're a number among many. You're not a priority.
Yeah.
So most definitely, whatever niche you're in, the goal, wherever you start, just map out a goal to own the whole thing.
That makes a lot of sense. And quick circling back to I guess the private labeling, and you said that you don't do that anymore. Is there a specific reason why you decided to leave that part of that stream alone?
Well, yes, it's just that we grew so fast and we're behind in our own orders. So to fulfill somebody else's will make us even more behind. So not saying that we won't revisit that when we have the capacity to do so. In the very beginning, we did, but now I think we have about 10,000 orders in the queue that still needs to get shipped out. So, I mean, our emails are flooded with CMOS brands asking us to make their product, because we have the best formula. Our formula is absolutely delicious.
Wow.
And, and so people want us to make it for them
Mm,
because they can't get it to that consistency or that taste that we do.
mm,
And I would love to open up that channel again in the future. And that's why, we're moving into a much bigger warehouse. We'll have different teams where this is the transformation factory team. And this is like our team for white labeling. This is
mm.
our team for Amazon. And
Yeah.
then this is our team for Walmart and Target. The goal is to literally have them all separated, to have captains on each team and to handle it properly, professionally, and quickly and efficiently. So once we can do that and we can offer an amazing service to other businesses, we would definitely revisit that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's definitely a good plan. And that kind of leads into my last questions is, where do you see your business in 5 years from now?
Well, 5 years from now, I see the Transformation Factory coming full circle into what it's supposed to be, which is a place that people can come and transform, get all the information and knowledge that they need to transform and work on the best versions of themselves, whether that's motivational quotes and videos to build your mind, whether it's diet plans or workout plans to work on your physical, expanding our product line to other healthy herbs and natural things that you can put in your body, podcasting, educational sessions, conventions, transformation stories from other people has had success or people has had success because of us and highlighting them. Just really building a community where people say, you know what, I have the same goals as you. You look like me. You're motivating me. And to have that mirror image in a community to help people build themselves. So the Transformation Factory is so much bigger than CMOS, Joe. It's just our first jab. It's not the knockout. It's not the right hook. So the goal is to just keep growing that and to help change lives and to have more success stories like myself within our transformation community.
It's amazing. And lastly, what advice do you have for entrepreneurs who are looking to grow a food and beverage related business?
Anyone in a food and beverage business, you want to make sure your science is tight. Make sure you're getting your stuff tested. Make sure that it's safe for consumption, and make sure that you can produce that product yourself. Make sure you're in a facility that can make these products. And if you don't have a facility to make these products, you can vet a third party that can. At least in the beginning until you can do it yourself. So food and beverage, it's a very competitive niche. You have to be very committed and have a great why as to why you want to do this, because it's going to get very challenging. And if it's not passionate or you don't have a great why, as soon as it gets really tough, you're going to be out. So make sure you stay encouraged. And what I would say too is to research and look up other companies in that niche and, take notes, uh, like a buffet table, take with you what you like and leave what you don't. You see that their marketing is better, up your marketing game. Their process is better. Think about how you can increase your process. And I think that that advice could be pasted to anyone in any industry. Study your competition, study the people that's above you. Kind of like the music industry. Everyone studied Michael Jackson. Every female studies Beyonce. You study the greats and you find your own lane.
That makes a lot of sense. Thanks for that, Alexiou.
Yes, yes.
Thanks for your time and congrats on all your success, and looking forward to hearing much more about the Transformation Factory.
Yes, thank you, Tony, for a great interview. I appreciate it. And you have a great day.
Thank you. You do the same. Take care.
All right, take care.